Hey guys, as exams are approaching, let us revise one of the most important prose lessons from the CBSE Class 10 First Flight textbook, A Letter to God. This story is frequently asked in board exams for short answers and sometimes for irony based questions. So let us move on to the author's introduction. A Letter to God is written by G.L. Fuentes, a Latin American writer. His stories often focus on simple rural people and highlight themes such as faith, hope, kindness, and human nature. So here is the story narration. On the crest of low hill stood a small house, the only one in the entire valley. From there, one could see the river flowing below and wild fields of ripe corn dotted with delicate kidney bean flowers. These flowers promised a great harvest. All they needed was rain. Lencho, a hard-working farmer, watched the sky all morning. He knew his land well and kept looking toward the northeast, hoping for clouds. "Now we are really going to get some water," he said confidently to his wife. "Yes, God willing," she replied as she prepared the evening meal. The older boys worked in the fields, and while the younger children played near the house. Soon they were called in for dinner. Just as they sat down to eat, big drops of rain began to fall. Thick clouds rolled in, and the air felt fresh and pleasant. Lencho stepped outside, not because he needed to, but because he wanted to feel the rain on his skin. Smiling, he said, "These aren't raindrops. They are new coins, big ones and small ones." But his joy did not last long. A strong wind rose suddenly, and with it came large hailstones. They crashed down on the fields, the house, and the valley. The boys ran out, amazed, picking up the icy stones that looked like silver coins. "This is getting bad," Lencho said anxiously. "I hope it stops soon." It did not. For an entire hour, hail destroyed everything. When the storm finally ended, the fields were white, as if covered with salt. Not a single leaf remained. The corn was ruined. The bean flowers were gone. That night, sorrow filled the house. Lencho stood silently in the field and said to his sons, "Even a plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has destroyed everything." "There is no one to help us," he said sadly. "We will go hungry this year." Yet, deep in their hearts, there was one hope: God. Lencho trusted God completely. He believed that God saw everything, even what lay deep inside a person's heart. Though he worked like an ox in the fields, Lencho knew how to write. The following Sunday, at dawn, he sat down to write a letter. It was a letter to God. In it, he explained his loss and asked for 100 pesos, money to sow his fields again and to feed his family until the next harvest. He addressed the envelope simply, "To God." Then he walked to town and dropped the letter into the mailbox. At the post office, the postman laughed when he saw the address and showed it to the postmaster. The postmaster laughed too, but then he grew thoughtful. "What faith," he said, "to write directly to God?" Not wanting to shatter such faith, the postmaster decided to reply. He collected money from his colleagues, added some from his own salary, and gathered as much as he could. It was not enough, but he sent what he had, wrapped in an envelope signed only God. The next Sunday, Lencho came eagerly to the post office. When he opened the letter, he showed no surprise, only anger. He counted the money and frowned. "God cannot make a mistake," he said. "Someone must have taken the rest." He immediately wrote another letter. This time he asked God to send the remaining money, but warned him not to send it through the post office. "The post office employees," Lencho wrote, "are a bunch of crooks." So with this, the story comes to an ironic or thought-provoking end. Lencho's faith in God is so deep that he cannot imagine God making a mistake. but the very people who helped him selflessly are blamed as dishonest. The ending makes the reader smile, yet it also forces us to reflect on the nature of faith, gratitude, and human behavior. The story teaches us that the faith is powerful, but it must be balanced with everything and awareness. Here I have given some glossaries and question answers for the same lesson also. Kindly do check and go through the answers for your examination and prepare well for it.